Have you been feeling overwhelmed and struggling to stay organized? In this episode, I'm sharing 4 practical steps to help you clear the mental clutter, prioritize what matters most, plan your week, and create routines that make everyday life easier. So, if you are ready to feel more organized and less overwhelmed, this episode is going to give you the simple strategies you can start using right away. Are you ready to stop the chaos, the stress, the overwhelm that's filling your life? I'm Renae Matt, and together you and I are going to build simple routines that are going to change your life. When you put these habits into practice, you're going to be able to organize your life in a way where you can be there for your family, pay off your debt, save money, your house can stay organized, you don't have to stress about what's for dinner, and you still get time for yourself. So without further ado, let's get started. Welcome to the Routine Advantage Podcast. We are back to our regularly scheduled programming. I really truly hope that you have enjoyed the throwback series. It has been really fun to pull together previous episodes and kind of put them in sync where they can help you build a full system in your life rather than just pulling a routine here and there. Hopefully, going through that throwback series allows you to just take one thing at a time. And by the end of it, you will have a system built and be feeling really, really good. Now, if you have gotten to the end of the series or you need to go back and start the throwback series, go ahead and do that. But if you are feeling overwhelmed and you're just feeling stressed and you just feel like there's so much going on, you don't know where to start. One, you can go back to the throwback series, the beginning of it, and I tried to order them in a way where you could go step by step to help you get it all set up. But in the meantime, if you are like, I am brand new to this podcast, or I am not going to take time to go back and listen to those things, there are ways that we can try to simplify our lives and feel a little bit less chaotic and feel like we have things under control without having to go through and plan everything out down to the detail because we really truly need our routines and system in our life to be flexible while also giving us enough structure that we don't feel like we're being pulled in all different directions. So, while I hope that you enjoyed the throwback series, um, we have a lot of episodes here, and I have talked about these 4 steps before, but I'm going to bring them to you again, and hopefully you'll see how they can shine a different light. And maybe this is just exactly what you need right now, and you need to be hearing. And we can go right into it. So, today I'm actually sharing 4 steps that will help you get out of the overwhelm and start feeling more organized. So, number one, you need to know your values. You need to know what is most important in your life and how you want to spend your time based on what it is that you want in your life. So, this is a really good exercise and to like grab a journal or grab a piece of paper and just brain dump if you need to. Sometimes you might think that you know exactly what your values are, and then you start, writing everything down, and it's like, oh, wait, I place a higher value in things that I didn't realize I placed a higher value in. So, what you're going to do is you are just going to brain dump everything that needs to be done, all your responsibilities, things that you are spending time on, and you're just going to list them all out. This does not have to be organized. It's just giving you some sort of semblance of structure as to where your personal priorities lie because you might place higher value in something than I do or your friend does. And that is important to know because it's not that it's a bad thing or that your priorities are wrong. It's important to know this because if I place less value on something than you do, then I'm not going to prioritize my time for it. And I am going to be okay with that. But if you place a higher value on those things and you don't get the time to do it, you're going to feel like you're missing out. But if you place a high value on something and then you prioritize it and you spend your time with it because it's important to you, you're going to feel more fulfilled because you're taking the time to do it. So this can be anything, but when you are brain dumping everything and asking yourself, what it is that you value, this is going to give you a little bit more clarity on where you should be spending your time. So, once you brain dump all the tasks that need to be done, all of your responsibilities, any family activities, kids' activities, all these things, what you want to do is you want to go through each one of them and you want to ask yourself what is most important, what is nice to do, and what can go. And when you start crossing out the things that can go because they just aren't that important and they're bogging down your life, you're going to start to feel a little bit more freedom and you're going to free up time to spend on the things that are of higher value to you. So that's the first thing you want to do is you want to really truly understand your own values. Number 2 is you want to plan your week every week. You need to know where your time is going before it starts taking it from you. Because if you don't sit down and plan out your week, life is just going to keep going and you're just going to constantly feel like you are trying to catch up. And we don't want that. We want to feel prepared and we want to go into our week knowing that we have already planned where we're organizing and where we're spending our time. And life will happen, things will shift, things will change. We won't spend it perfectly the way that we plan it out, but we are more likely to spend our time doing the things that we planned than if we didn't plan at all, because we're not going to prioritize the time for the things that matter most if we're not taking the time to plan it out ahead of time. So you need to grab a sheet of paper and write out your plan or go back to episode 305 and work out how to actually sit down and do a weekly planning routine. But really, what you're trying to do in your weekly planning routine is just understanding your commitments, your personal priorities. You want to designate your 3 to 5 priority tasks, and then you can see where you can plug other things in or block off quiet time. And you can do this by filtering it through the values that you have already determined and where you need to cut things out. And once you get your plan, then you have a better understanding of where you're going to be spending your time this week. And you can just kind of like take that deep breath and know that you've got things handled and you've got a plan written out that you can now just execute. Number 3 is to utilize your routines. This is so incredibly important, and it's why I talk about routines on this podcast. You need to lean on your 5 foundational routines. That is your morning routine, your meal planning routine, your daily 7 home routine, your movement routine, and your budget routine. Because if nothing else happens and you are able to lean on these 5 simple routines, you are going to feel like you still have some semblance of order in your life. And if you have other routines that you have in your life, then you can lean on those as well. But we want to keep our routines simple, short, and concise. And we want to have them very clear in the steps we need to take. So when we can lean on these routines, even when we're feeling overwhelmed, we know exactly what we need to do, how long it's going to take, and the steps to complete it. And that means that even if everything is feeling overwhelming, you know that you can just go into your house and you can complete these 7 steps in your daily 7 home routine, and that's going to give you some semblance of order in your house. You know that you can take your budget routine and you can go through the steps to, go through that week and have that stress lifted that comes with financial stress because it is very real. You know that you can prioritize your personal time in the morning to make you feel really good and you can start your day with intention and go into your day feeling like you are more fulfilled and you're ready to serve others. There are routines that are so, so important. And that is why you want to lean on those 5 foundational routines, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed, because this gives you a plan. And then number 4 is a brain dump. If all else fails, just start writing. This is where you can write anything down that you are feeling, especially if you are feeling overwhelmed. It's not just knowing your values, it's just brain dumping everything you're thinking about because then if you are in a situation where you need to just brain dump everything, then it allows you to get it all out onto paper, you can visually see it, and then you can sort it out and you can use your priority system, or you can just get your feelings out, look at it, and be like, okay, I let that go and now I'm moving on. It just really depends on what it is you're writing down on the paper. But if you are brain dumping things that are overwhelming you, then sort it by priority. Start tackling it from the top. So like if you can sort it all out, get the most important stuff on top, get the least important stuff on bottom, you can start tackling things one by one and just crossing things off the list. Or you can review it and be like, okay, this is something I need to take time to focus on, but I don't need to do it today. I need to plan it for another day. You can go plug it into your calendar and actually schedule time to dedicate to it. If it's something that somebody can take off your plate or you can assign it to somebody else, make sure you delegate it out and then it is off of your plate. If it is something that is overwhelming you, but it actually doesn't need your attention and you are thinking about it, but it doesn't need to stay in your life, just cut it out. Get rid of it. Don't even worry about trying to keep it in your life. If it's something that doesn't need to be there. So it really this one kind of varies depending on what it is you're actually writing down and how you can organize your brain dump. But in some situations, you just need to brain dump it and not even worry about organizing it. You just need to get it out onto paper, and then things will feel much better, and you'll be able to see where you need to head from there. So it's completely up to you, but I hope that these 4 steps are going to help you start feeling more organized and in control and help lift that overwhelming feeling that so many of us feel sometimes. So, quick recap of those 4 steps is number 1, know your values. Brain dump it if needed and then sort it out what is most important, what is nice to do, and what can just go. Number 2 is to plan your week every week. You need to know your commitments, your personal priorities, your 3 to 5 priority tasks, and you need to see where you have other space in your week so that you can either plug other things in or you can shift things around or you can plan quiet time or blank space so that you can just take time to just breathe or take a nice walk. Number 3 is to utilize your routines. Lean on your 5 foundational routines. That's your morning routine, your meal planning routine, your daily 7 home routine, your movement routine, and your budget routine. And then if you need any additional routines beyond that, keep them short, concise, and simple. And those are the ones that you can lean on to keep you organized and keep you from feeling overwhelmed all the time. And then the fourth thing is if all else fails, just brain dump. Write everything down that you are feeling, and then depending on how it goes, you can either toss it and throw it away, or you can start tackling it by sorting it by order of priority and then focus on what is important to do right away or what can be planned for another day, or you can delegate it or get rid of it. And that will hopefully help you to get control and feel more organized and feel like you can finally take a deep breath and start enjoying life rather than just trying to keep up with it. So, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hope that you are ready to be back for more. And if you did not get a chance to catch the throwback series, head back a few episodes. You will see them all in a row. Start at the beginning and move your way through. And by the end of it, you will have a full system implemented in your life. And I would love to hear from you how you're loving the show. If you have not yet taken time to leave a review, I would so greatly appreciate it. You can do that right in your podcast app. You can also go to Apple Podcasts and leave a written review. You can also go to my website, reneematt.com, and you can leave a review. If you go to the podcast and you scroll to the bottom, there's an option to leave an audio review. I would love to hear your actual voice and tell me what you're loving about the show, or you can even ask a question there that you would like me to answer on the show. So, or in email. So it's totally up to you, but I would love to hear from you. I will catch you back here on the next episode. Did you love that episode or learn something useful? If so, would you do me a huge favor? My goal is to grow this podcast and help as many women as I can break free from the overwhelm so they can truly enjoy their life. The best way for me to do this is for you to leave a 5-star written review on your podcast app and to share this episode with a friend or in your Instagram stories. I appreciate you being here. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next episode. Take care.